Greetings. Over the next couple of days, I am going to talk about what I consider to be, I like to call them survival skills for musicians. And I've developed a concept that consists of three things that are the three survival skills for musicians. And I call it TFF, and TFF stands for time, feel, and function. So my concept and my belief is that if a musician has a decent level of mastery over time, feel, and function, that they can survive and thrive in most musical situations. So today, our first little mini lesson, we're going to talk about time. So what does it mean? What does it mean, the concept of time? We know about time as it relates to a clock and the passing of seconds, minutes, and hours. What does time mean for a musician? So very simply, having good time means a musician's ability to maintain a consistent tempo, basically, whether you're playing by yourself or playing with other musicians. If you're playing by yourself, then that time is directly related to what I call the inner metronome. So, and when you play with others, it is too. When you play with others, you're accessing your inner metronome to connect with the time and the tempo of the other musicians. A lot of times a drummer, if you're playing in bands. So how do we develop our inner metronome? And there are a few ways to develop your inner metronome, but the most basic way and the most boring way is to practice with one of these, which is an external metronome. This happens to be an old school analog external metronome, but I'm just going to show you a little exercise. Super boring. It's playing scales. We hate to play scales, but there is actually a great benefit to playing scales with a metronome. And in this exercise, one of the important things about time, it's called subdivision. And subdivision is the breakdown of individual rhythms inside larger rhythms. So a whole note can be broken down into a whole note, a half note, which is 2 half notes to 1 whole note, 4 quarter notes to 1 whole note, 8 eighth notes, 16th notes, and then there are also triplets. So the ability to subdivide while maintaining the tempo, as we talked about, having good time, and to have all those subdivisions, each one feel as relaxed as the other, that is really what having good time is about, in my opinion. And so I look at that inner metronome as building a scaffold of subdivision that you have access to that's reliable at all times. So here is a really cool and boring but very effective way of starting to build your inner metronome. And you pick a slow tempo. So right now mine is at about 87 or 88. 2, 3, 4. So in this, I'm going to go C major scale. I'm going to play 1 octave of quarter notes, 2 octaves of eighth notes, 3 octaves of eighth note triplets, 4 octaves of 16th notes. Let's see if I can do it. 3, 4. 2 octaves of eighth. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplets. I didn't get the fingering perfect on that, but the idea is that I can go between any of those subdivisions, right? Every one of those subdivisions should feel relaxed, in the pocket, in the tempo, never rushing, never dragging. That's what we're going for. So there's our little brief lesson on time. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about feel.